For KQKI News, I'm Brady Borel coming to you live from the Berwick High School speech class. Yes, I actually sat in the same classroom a long time ago when Mr. Leonard taught civics in this class, but I'm not going to say how long ago. Anyway, back to the story here. I am coming to you live. I've got Detective Lieutenant David Spencer, the Public Information Officer with the St. Mary Parish Sheriff's Office, and we are joined with Sheriff-elect Gary Driscoll. You and I have been making this presentation this morning to the speech class here about communication and how important it is, not just in what you and I do, but in our daily lives. Explain to them what you've been telling them today.
Well, this is one of those things where we come in and we want to give them a real world look at using communication, the power of words. That is so important. We all sat in class at some point and said, are we ever going to use this? And the deal is, with speech and with communication skills, you're absolutely going to use it. The answer is a resounding yes. You're going to use it every day. You're going to use it in your relationships. You're going to use it on the job. And honestly, the better you can get at the skills of communication, all kind of doors open up for you, in the marketplace.
Now, in your role, of course, you were in teacher mode. You taught here several years ago. You were definitely in teacher mode, but in your role in law enforcement and how it applies to communicating with the public, what was your approach today?
Today, we wanted to show them, we kind of wanted to take them inside to say, if we had a situation, a crime that was committed, how would we put together our messaging? How would we structure that? And these guys are brilliant because they participated. We gave them a scenario and said, okay, help us write a press release, and they nailed it. I mean, this is Berwick High, right? This is Berwick High. These guys are sharp and they're smart, and they did a great job. This is probably one of the best classes that I've taught in a long time.
And from my point of view, it's been really cool because I'm sitting in and we're showing them how law enforcement and the media work together to disseminate the information to the public. So it's a very, very important relationship for law enforcement, the media, to make sure the community gets the correct information when they need to get it in a timely manner. But also with us right now, we have Sheriff-elect Gary Driscoll. Sheriff-elect Driscoll, how important it is for you guys to connect with the students here today and throughout the parish?
Oh, it's a huge thing for me. As you know, I believe in community policing, getting out, talking to the kids, because sometimes it just takes a few minutes of your attention, that they'll appreciate everything that you do, and to build a closer knit group together. We receive information from these kids on a daily basis, and it just helps bring it all together.
I know connection makes all the difference in the world for you guys with these teenagers because it helps you do your job as well.
Yes, it is. And he used the great word brilliant because these kids asked a lot of good questions. They're very smart with the questions they asked, informative, and I see a bright future right here in Berwick.
I'm looking around technology because when I sat in this classroom, we probably had an overhead projector. And look what's on the wall behind you. And integrating technology and what communications are doing today.
Right. I love these. And when I was teaching, we were starting to get them. And I can remember for the longest time, I was like, when am I getting my Promethean board? And these are awesome. But, and of course, our superintendent, Dr. Fagerbush, she was my boss here. She hired me here. And so when I found out that she was coming on board to lead our schools, I knew that we would be doing, things like this that are cutting edge, that we were going to be able to come in and say, hey, this is how we can help you out. And look, this is not your grandma's speech class. Mr. John Fontenot, he invited us to come here, and he's not just teaching, man. He's wanting to show them real world stuff. This is how it really applies to what you're going to do in the future.
I was very encouraged because we were doing a mock press release and we were allowing them to be the news reporters and what questions would you ask? And some of them were blowing my mind about some of the questions. They were reading my mind and then even going beyond what I was even thinking.
Right, and I want to remind you that we have first dibs on getting them employed, not you guys, because that one right there, we're ready to send her to the academy right now. So yeah, this was great. They kind of blew me away. I knew they would be responsive, but they put a lot of thought into it. They actually came out with some stuff that we were going to talk about before we brought it up.
Sure. A lot of fun. Unfortunately, we cannot show the class, but we can hear the class, and I believe they've got something they want to say. 1, 2, 3. Go Panthers! Yes, they want to say go Panthers. Y'all can do a little bit better than that. 1, 2, 3. Go Panthers! All right. Anything else you guys want to add?
Man, we appreciate you being here. Thanks, guys, for letting us come out, and Mr. Fontenot, this was great.
All right. Well, thank you very much. That's going to do it for me here at Berwick High School Speech Class.